channel. This is Inky. If you are a subscriber on this channel, I welcome you. And also, if you are an intended subscribers, I also welcome you. So feel free to subscribe to my channel, as lots of interesting and amazing videos await you on this channel. So today I'll be showing you how to make a baby ball dress. And this type of dress is for a 1-year-old baby. So I'll be showing you the measurements you need. I'll be sharing with you some sewing tips you need to achieve a professional outlook on your dress. So let's get straight to the work. So this is the dress we are making, and it has ruffles on the hemline. It's a cloud ruffle on the hemline. You can see the dress. The essence of this tutorial is to achieve a neat finishing inside and outside. So that's the essence of this tutorial, and I'll be showing you the process. So I'll start by showing you the materials needed to make this dress. So I have this bridal satin. It's called Ruffles in Nigeria. I use it for the main fabric, the upper bodies and the down part, and it's 2 yards. And I also have the lining. It's the same color, and it has different texture. So this is the lining. I also use 2 yards, and also I have, actually I didn't finish the 2 yards. I must say I used 1.5 yards, but by 2 yards. So this is the hard net used to boost the inside. So this net has varying degrees of strength. So you can get the one that will be able to do this project well, the hardest. So I use the hardest for this project. So this is the tool. The tool also has varying degrees of strength. So I use the hard one. So this is the trimmings. So you can buy any desired trimmings of yours to design the waistline like so. And this is the final project. This is the dress. Very beautiful. The outside is as neat as the inside. So this is your paper. Fold into 2 like so, and later you fold into 4. These are the measurements you need. So you can see the shoulder 7 inches, the bust. This is the bust. 5 is the length, where the bust falls when you place your tape measure on the shoulder. The 7 is the half length. So, and the gown length is GL, which is 17, and AHC is the armhole circumference, which is 10. So this measurement is for a 1-year-old baby, though the baby has big stature, but you can still use it. So you can still use this measurement for 2-year-old baby, just that you are going to add to the gown length. The gown length can be 20 or 21. So if you want to make it for a 3 or 4-year-old baby, just add 2 inches to all the measurements except the gown length that you are going to add 7 to 8 inches to, and all the other measurements add 2 inches to it, and it will work for 3 to 4-year-old baby. So I have folded my paper into 4, and I have left the zipper allowance of 1 inch thereabout. So I folded by the circumference. The circumference of the half length is what I used to fold, and I added some inches as my sewing allowance. So take your measurement like so, and that measurement I just took now is the half, will serve as the half length. That measurement I'm touching, I just input the zipper allowance of 1 inch, and right now place your tape measure like so on 7, which is the half length, and mark the shoulder line. So having done that, I will also represent this with a straight line. So I will take the same measurement, 7 inches here also, to be able to connect the lines and make sure it is straight. So connect it towards the zipper allowance like so. So I have folded the front and the back together. So I have folded the front and the back together like so. So input the shoulder measurement, which is 7 inches divided by 2 is 3.5. So weight, I have not added sewing allowance here already. Just divide this shoulder by 2 inches and you have 3.5. So from there, place your tape measure and input the bust length and the half length. Bust 5, so, and the half length is 7. So input, use your tape rule, use your ruler to indicate that also, the bust. So go ahead and label everything out. Label it out to avoid confusion. And here, go up from the bust by 1.5 inch, and that will serve as your upper chest, the upper chest of the baby. So use a straight ruler also to indicate that by a straight line. So you can see the straight line is extending towards the zipper allowance always. Remember to label as you're going. So from the neck, from the shoulder, you have 3.5. That same 3.5, input it on the upper chest also. Input it on the upper chest also. So connect the line like so. So connect it like so, and then this is your armhole line. So on the bust line, input the bust circumference of the baby. Bust circumference divided by 4 is 5, and add 1 inch sewing allowance. Then I have 6. So since I have 6 on the bust line, I will input 6.5 on the upper chest because it's the armhole. Add half inch to the bust measurement, and also the same measurement you have on the bust, input it on the half length 6. Then connect it like so. So I'm going to input it. I'll connect the points with my French cuff like so. And having done that, this is what I have. I extended it down because of the sewing allowance that will still come to the half length to that side. So the armhole length, I'm going to place my tape measure and take the armhole length. Whatever I have there, I'll go ahead and divide it into 2 the way we do for the adult measurement. I'll divide it into 2, and what I have, I'll place a point, then go inward because of the front armhole curve. Go inward by almost 1/4 of an inch. It won't be up to 1/2 of an inch in the case of adult. So I'll connect the point like so. I can use my free hand or I can use my curve ruler because it is very the curve is very sharp. So I'll first of all use my free hand before I use my curve ruler to bring everything out properly. So having done that, you come to the neckline, the neck width. The neck width is 2 inches. The neck width is 2 inches by 2.5. 2 inches by 2.5, and also you can also use 2 inches by 2. Will also be good for a baby that does not really have body. So connect the neck width and the neck depth in this manner. So connect the neck width and the neck depth. Cross check before you do your connection. Connect it in this manner. You can connect it with your French cuff like so. So this is what I have. So you can see that I'm using the same neck width and neck depth for the front and back pattern. It depends on your preference. You may decide to use a different neck depth for the front and back pattern. So here I will be adding I want to draft the back armhole. The back armhole is different from the front armhole, and that's just what I just used my free hand to do. So you won't go inward by 1/2 inch if it is the back armhole. Just go like so. Just like so. Don't go inward by 1/2 inch on the midpoint of the armhole length. That's the only difference. So I have input the front and the back armhole right here. So the next thing to do is the shoulder slope. The shoulder slope is by 1/2 inch. Not like the case of an adult that it will be 1 inch. So I'll connect the 1/2 inch like so. You can see it's very easy. And having done this, add the sewing allowance on the shoulder, 1/2 inch sewing allowance on the shoulder to join shoulder to shoulder, to join the front shoulder to the back shoulder. That's the essence of this. Add the 1/2 inch sewing allowance. So with this tutorial, you should be able to make a beautiful and lovely baby dress. So because I really take time to explain in details and I didn't hide anything. So connect your points like so. You can see what you have. So I'm going to first of all add sewing allowance around the back armhole cuff. The back armhole cuff. So sewing allowance of 1/2 inch is being added to the back armhole cuff. Later I'm going to do that of the front armhole. So I'll be cutting it out with the back armhole cuff. So I'll go ahead right now and add sewing allowance to the neckline. So if you are using different type of neckline, so if the one that is not not so deep is the one you will use to cut the two pattern together. I think you get that. So if the back is not too deep, is the back neckline that you will first of all use to cut the front and back pattern together before you now recut the front neckline, in the case where you are not having the same neckline. So label your pattern and add sewing allowance of ½ inch also to the half length. So I'll add ½ inch sewing allowance to the half length like so. And this is what we have. We are almost done with our pattern drafting, and this is the zipper allowance of 1 inch that I just drew. So label it ZA as the zipper allowance, and we are almost done with the pattern drafting. I'll go ahead and cut it out carefully like so. So carefully I'll go ahead and cut it out like so. So don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Thanks for your support all this while. I really appreciate all our subscribers, and I say God bless you. So having done that, the next thing to do is to cut the neckline. So since it's the same neckline, that's why I'm cutting the front and back together. Notch the zipper allowance, make sure you notch, and I have removed the back pattern. I only have the front pattern here, and the essence is because I want to add the sewing allowance of the armhole curve of the front neckline. So the armhole curve of the front neckline, I'm adding ½ inch with my red pen. I will add it like so. The reason why I'm using red pen is to avoid confusion by the time I want to cut it out. So I'm going to use my French curve to bring it out like so. So I'll use my French curve to trace all the dotted lines. I'll use that carefully. So if you cannot use the French curve because it is the curve is too sharp, sorry for that. So I'll just trace it out with my free hand like so. Then I'll be cutting on the red line. So just cut out carefully cut it out. So this is the front. You can see it's different from the back. So at this point I'll be going on a short break, and when I'm back we shall be doing the sewing. So stay connected.
Do you desire to be a professional fashion designer in just a few weeks? Then what are you waiting for? Enroll at Yinki Couture Academy today. Our online, offline and physical trainings are open in the following classes: advanced class for 4 weeks, intermediary class 8 weeks and beginner class for 20 weeks. For inquiries, please call 0805 7944477 or 0903 218 4192. You can equally connect to us on our various social media platforms at Yinki Couture. Yinki Couture, home of dressmaking techniques.
You are welcome back. Now to the sewing. So we have the fabric cut out with the pattern, as you can see. So the first thing we'll be doing is to join the front and back together. So we are going to join the front and back through the shoulder. So I'm going to join the shoulder to shoulder now, the shoulder of the front join to shoulder of the back. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So having done that, I'll be joining the shoulder together by ½ inch. So ½ inch sewing allowance that I put in the pattern is what I'll be using to join the shoulder together right now. So I will do that right away. So having joined it together with ½ inch sewing allowance, whatever I have done to one side, I will do to the other side. Whatever I have done to this side, I will do to the other side. Then I'll show you what I have. So this is what I have. I have joined the lining also on the shoulder with ½ inch sewing allowance. Then I put visible interfacing on the neckline, the front and back neckline, to give stability. So I'm trying to take the measurement of the armhole. So right now, stitch the neckline of the back through to the front, through to the back. Then you can come towards the zipper allowance also and stitch by ½ inch also, or the sewing allowance that you put in the zipper allowance. So stitch down, then complete the zipper allowance of this side also, stitch by ½ inch also. Then after I have done the stitching, I'm going to notch. So this is where the sewing tips comes in. Notch wherever you have a sharp curve, notch and then trim out any bulkiness so that your sewing lines will be able to be flat and relax well. So stitch the sewing trim out the bulky sewing allowance. So this is the armhole. The armhole is being stitched by ½ inch sewing allowance also. I'm trying to trim out excess sewing allowance, and I'm also notching it. Notch and trim and do that carefully. So here on the front, I'll input the measurement. The measurement is 20 divided by 4, which will give me 5, but I'm adding ½ inch ease. So for ease, so, and that's what I'm putting. Just put the measurement, the body measurement here at the front. I'll put the body measurement. Remember, the lining and the main fabric, they are together right now. So I'm going to stitch the measurement on the front alone, not on the back. So on the front, I'm going to stitch like so, inputting the measurement. So having done that, I will do the other side also. You know, the measurement is there already. I will stitch it. Then I'm going to trim out excess sewing allowance. So having done that, I will also input measurement on the back. So this back also, starting from the zipper notch, I will input the measurement, the baby measurement. I will input it. Then through to the armhole, I will input it here also. Input the measurement. So input the baby measurement. Then go towards the armhole also. Check the armhole circumference whether it is intact. I have 10, and this is where it is. I had ½ inch ease also to the armhole, and I'll connect my measurement like so. So instead of me to stitch this the way I do for the front, I will not do that because I'm going to use it to wrap up. So the first thing I will do now is to turn out. So put your finger in towards the front, then bring out the back. So that's what I'm doing here. Just put a finger. So this is a little bit tricky. Turn it out through the shoulder line like so. So sometimes it might be difficult to do it carefully. Then after you have done that, press it well. Go and press it with your iron. So this is what we have. All the sharp edges, bring it out like so. So you can see that one side, the back on the side, I have not joined it. I have not joined the back. So the back that has not been joined will be used to wrap up the front so that we'll be able to have a neat and nice finishing. I've done that from one side. You can see how it is. I will show you how I will do this now. So this is the back. On the side, I will use it to wrap up the front. Can you see that? It's a little bit tricky, but it will give us a neat finishing at the end of it. Can you see it again? Wrap up the front with the back. So the essence of the sewing allowance I put the other time, that this is where I will use it. The sewing allowance is faintly showing, but I can see it here. So I will now be stitching on the sewing allowance that is on the back. I'll be stitching on the sewing allowance right now. So after I stitch it, I'm going to turn it to the right side. So after stitching it, if the sewing allowance is much, I'm going to trim the sewing allowance out. I'll trim it to the barest minimum. So stitch towards the armhole like so. Then notch and trim out excess sewing allowance to avoid bulkiness. And turn to the right side. This is what I have. When I turn to the right side, this is what I have. You can see. So I notice there is bulkiness. I'm going to trim out excesses. So I'm going to trim out excesses like so. So having trimmed it, after trimming it out, it will relax well. To relax. So this is what I have. So very soon I'm going to do a video on some professional sewing tips. So stay tuned and stay connected so that you'll be able to watch that video also and learn a lot from that also. So after turning it out and pressing it, this is what we have. So you can hardly differentiate between the front and back right now. You can see how neat it is, front, inside and outside. So that's the essence of this tutorial, to achieve a neat and professional sewing. So having done this, I'll go ahead now. I can go ahead now and input my circle skirt. So to achieve uniformity while you're putting your circle skirt, fold into 2 and notch, then also fold into 4 and notch. When you are folding into 4, remove the zipper allowance like so. The half-inch zipper allowance has been removed, then notch. So you are going to follow the notch to place your circle skirt. So you are going to follow the notches to place your circle skirt. So there will be uniformity. There won't be irregularity when you are fixing your skirt. So I'm going to use my office pin to pin it down, following the notches like so. I'll use the office pin to pin it down. So at this side, another notch will stay here on the side, and at the center front, another notch will stay there at the center front. This is the center front, another notch will be there, and also another notch at the side, so that if there is any surplus, you are going to just spread it uniformly. So here on the zipper allowance, another notch will be there. So having done that, I'll fix the zipper at this point. I'm going to join the skirt together and fix the zipper. So the first thing that will come in is the hard net. The hard net will come in here. I'm going to pleat it accordingly. You can cut as much as you have it. You can make it as long as 60 inches length times 3 of the waist, then pleat it round. Don't let it get into the zipper anyway, the zipper allowance. So having done that, you can place the lining. The lining will come after the hard net. So and after I have done that, then comes the ruffle that will be on the hemline of the dress. The ruffle is just to make a design on it. So I'm going to place these cloud ruffles on the hemline round, starting from this part to through to the back. So I'll be fixing the ruffles with my hand needle. So I'll just be attaching the ruffles with my hand needle. I'll place it each close to each other. So that's what I'll be doing here. I'll later in this video show you how I achieve this cloud ruffles. So there are many ways in which you can achieve these cloud ruffles, but I decided to use this method. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have learned anything in this video, and you can help us like and share this video. Thanks and God bless you. So the length of this cloud ruffle is 30 inches by 8 inches width. So I'll be measuring 8 inches width by 30 right now. Then I'll cut it out. So then whatever I cut out will now be used to form my ruffles. So the ruffles will be cut out like so. Then I'm going to fold until I have the minimum length of ruffles. So I'll fold into 2, fold into 4, and also fold into 8. So after folding into 8, I'm going to divide that fold into 2 also by a tiny rope that I'll be cutting out from the tool. So this is what I have. I have folded it into 8 right now. So I'll be cutting the rope I will use to tie it is from the tool also. Width is 1 inch by 8 inches. The length is 8 inches. So I'll be using it to divide it into 2 like so. Then tie it. I'll make sure I tie it and it's very tight. So I'm going to knot it now. So I will knot it and I'll make sure it is very tight. So having done that, so after achieving this, whichever side is unfold, I'm going to re-notch out. I'm going to cut it out and spread it out. So this is how I achieve the ruffles. So right now we have almost come to the end of this tutorial. So the next thing is to show you the wrong side of this dress. You can see how the wrong side is. Very neat. So you can see. So the essence, this is the outcome of you can see the side is very neat. So the inside is as neat as outside, and this is what we want to achieve in this tutorial. So we have come to the end of this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so, like and also share this video. So I will see you in my next video. Until then, take good care of yourself. So I'll be showing you the results of this dress in